What up, YouTube? This is Geo Stealth R1, and just by the title that you just got, I scratch my head as much as you're probably wondering, who still buys the Bandit? I, in my last other videos, I was talking about the retirement of RCs. I'm coming across, and I'm looking at the E-Revo, which got retired, the E-Max that got retired, the Summit that's got retired, and a bunch of other RCs that have been retired. But how is the Bandit still in production? I don't know. It must be a situation to where people love the fact of the price point of a Bandit. Um, there are a lot of things that you can do with a Bandit, and there's a lot of things you cannot do with a Bandit. But yeah, I'll wait for a few people to come in, and we'll talk about it. Alrighty, so let's talk about the Traxxas. Well, this is my Traxxas Bandit VXL. I ended up throwing I guess Snow Kit, Oh my God, Lewis, what's going on, brother? It's been a while, brother. It's been a while. I've been jumping on this like crazy as of late. So what I'm talking about right now is who still buys the Bandit? I'm just, you know, I see it here at work. I must be bored. I see this still on the Traxxas website. As I was saying before, Traxxas retired a lot of RCs, and I'll come across and talk about them. The Monster Jam series canceled. That is because mostly there was a situation to where the product line wasn't there to where paying Monster Jam and coming across. Tracy, what's going on? Yeah, it's been crazy at work. Yeah, you and me both. Monster Jam series, but that was more of a scenario of paying out Monster Jam and everybody getting their cut. Then you had the funny car. The funny car, same situation. I don't know why that failed the way it did, but it did. Then you have the E Revo, which is out of production. You have the E Max out of production. You have the Summit out of production. The Summit and the E Revo you're still able to get on the 1/18th scale version or 16th, whatever it is, 16, 18. But that being said, for some reason this has escaped a lot of the reproduction, and I think the only reason why this is still in production, they still do it, either A, it has to be a West Coast thing, because I don't know, people from Florida, New York, I don't see that many people utilizing bandits and stuff like that. And then you have better tracks over there when you're coming across and going over there. I have to get back on track with the RC game. Yeah, bro, you know me. I've been retired from this thing, so I just came back with a vengeance. I don't know if you've been looking at the channel lately, but I ended up acquiring all the TRX4Ms, another TRX4, the big one, the Ultimate XRT, the Max Slash, a trailer for my boat, and amongst other things that I've acquired. Oh, and the motorcycle, and amongst other things that are in there. So, yeah. So, I'm wondering, why is this still in production? So, at the price point that I was looking at this thing, it's very inexpensive if you're going to come across and get yourself a Bandit, and you are able to upgrade it, and it does have the same platform that the Rustler falls in, and the Rustler still makes money. The Rustler has always made money on the stadium truck type scenario, even though to me the real stadium trucks, you really have to adapt the Rustler to this. But having the Bandit and just the way, I mean, these arms are specifically, the rear arms are for a Rustler. And the reason why I put those in there is because I had to put the paddle tires in there. But I'm not too sure why Traxxas will still keep the Bandit in production, or is it gonna lose itself in it, because you have the lower price point version of the Bandit, and then you have the higher VXL price point of the Bandit. And the reality is that where you're gonna come across and invest into a Bandit where you have so many other options in like the 4x4 world or anything like that. So I'm just curious, if you guys have ever owned a Bandit, is this something that you think Traxxas will even have in 2025, or will they just write this off? I'm not too sure what I'm interested to find out what is the sales on this thing, because the sales on the e-revo, were astronomical. I mean, I'm talking about, you know truck of the year and everything like that, and Emax got that scenario, but they're gone now. And I understand why the Summit is gone, because that was Traxxas's, I guess, introduction to crawling. And now with the TRX 4Ms and the TRX 4s, they don't need that anymore. So the Summit, laid to waste in the same platform as the e-revo and the Revo that's out there. But realistically speaking, I shake my head and I'm like, how did this survive out of decades? We're not talking about 5 years or something like that, or 10 years. This thing has been out for a long period of time. I have the upgraded wheels. I just, like I said, I got the skis over there. I mean, look, classic Integy. That's how old this thing is. Colored RPM parts, which you don't see out there. I think this is an Integy bulkhead. Yep, Integy bulkhead. Shock towers are RPM. Stock shocks. I'm not too sure. Is this Proline? Sand pause. Proline. Yeah, and that's old. That's old beyond belief. Original Valenian system that's out there. And amongst other things, I mean, my Dusty Motor shroud specifically for this. I haven't touched this so much that the sticky for the Velcro is gone. So yeah. So give me your opinion. Do you think Traxxas, should discontinue the Bandit? Because as of right now, I'm not too sure who buys the Bandit, and if you do own the Bandit, give me a thumbs up in the comment section to say, hey, yo, either I still have my Bandit or I'm gonna purchase another Bandit. But I'd be surprised if you even do that. So low price, yeah, but for that you can get a Rustler, to where you initially have a stadium truck. I don't know who's driving these things, anymore. So, but yeah. So that being said, yeah, definitely leave me a comment. I'm gonna be doing a series on a lot of the older RCs that I have right now that have just laid to waste. Kind of like the Axial Yeti series, which died off a miserable death, and other RCs that are out there. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. It does help out my channel and syndicate a lot of these to other people that have never really experienced a Geo Stealth R1 channel or the way I customize my RCs. Share it, Facebook, Instagram. It's all Geo Stealth R1. Anyway, rate, comment, subscribe, and turn my thumbs up on YouTube. Later.